Hey, good afternoon and good Thursday to you. It's another Thursday afternoon or morning or evening or wherever you're from. It's Thursday. So this is kind of the Thursday safety briefing. Just to let you guys know who I am. I'm Dagon. You can find me on YouTube. Obviously, you found me here at Dagon. And then I'm also on Twitter as Dagon238. I hang out mostly on Twitter, but I like to be on YouTube every once in a while too here. And if you look to your side here, you'll see my nifty friend Nick Rat. Nick Rat, why are you so dressed up today? Well, there you go. I'm so dressed up today because it's a special day. What special day is that? Oh, there you go. Don't you know? What did I forget? Yeah, it's Cobra Convergence Month. What is Cobra Convergence Month? Well, I'll be. Yeah, it's been the month all along. Well, wow, they're the Nick Rat. Nick Rat is the Egotten son of Grand Moff Tarkin. He's a speeder bike trooper, but he's all dressed up in his speeder biker blues. They kind of just look like Cobra Commander with my head on them. No, that's not true. It's not just Cobra Commander with your head on him. I'm not that lazy. He's that lazy, folks. It's Dagon. He's lazy. Yeah, hey, just anyway. So we got a little bit early in the show. I put a start time of 4:15, but I figure I'll start a little bit early at 4 o'clock. Usually my show's at 4. So if you are showing up to the stream, thank you very much. Just shout it out in the on the little chat there in the bottom, or if you're watching the replay, just always leave me a comment below and let me know if you have any ideas for anything. That's always fun. Like I said, Nick Rat here helps me out here under the show. And kind of a little comedy for you. Yeah, I'm the comedy relief. Look, look at my suit here. It's very nice. They even gave me a cape. Ooh, look at that. Look at that cape. That's awesome. Yeah, it is an awesome cape, but that's not what we're talking about this week. What do you mean, Dagon? What are we talking about? Well, just kind of give you an idea of how the show works. As I usually just do a little safety briefing because like I was in the military. I do a little safety briefing for the weekend, and then after that, I have a kind of a theme what I do for the month of kind of about thinking about things. I usually kind of blend that with some military stuff, then I blend that with the toys, and then I go into sharing and then kind of talking at the end of the show. Because it's Cobra Convergence this month, I'm once again, we're still going on that radical acceptance, but I'm showing off some kind of crazy Cobra figures I have. A lot of them are airborne figures. I like the airborne figures. These ones are the Halo jumpers, but I do have oh, I'm sorry. I do have the normal static line jumpers as well. So, but once again, we're gonna get started here pretty soon. I'm kind of early, so once this is kind of the pre-show. Hey, and my friend Jazz is in the house. He's my good buddy from back east. He's been one of the long supporters of me. I'm glad he's in the chat. Yeah, he thinks he's asking me how I'm doing, and I'm doing well. It's another Thursday. I had a job interview on Tuesday, and then no, I had a job interview on Wednesday, and then no, yeah, yeah. Excuse me, I don't know what day it is anymore. I had a job interview on Tuesday, and then I had Wednesday in between, and then my show today, and then I have a job interview on Friday. So then I have another job interview on next Tuesday. So that's three job interviews in less than a week. That's pretty good. And my friend G.I. Gary is in the house. He has his own channel, the Chaplain Assistance Podcast, because that's where the GI Joe bunker pit was buried under was on the Chaplain Assistance training base and somewhere in New York, I think. I think I got that right. Let me know, Gary, in the chat if I got that wrong. Yeah, and once again, thanks for Ultra Jazz for showing. He's a great friend of mine. So we're a little early. I'm going to get a drink of water here, and then once again, as you guys know, the show I do a safety briefing. This week's show is still we're about the theme is going to be a radical acceptance, and you have kind of radically accept what you've done in the past. The state in New York Island, yeah. Well, Gary, Gary knows all the answers. He's a great guy. Gary's been since the beginning, just like Ultra Jazz has too. These have been great people. If you see him on Twitter, I Twitter him out all the time if I see him, or they come up with really cool things. So, like I said, I'm going to take a little break here. Turn my Debussy off. Yes, I enjoy Debussy. Make your smug jokes in the chat. I do listen to Debussy. Right now, I was playing Debussy Reveille, and then here's another Debussy. Just listen to it. Just scream out with Debussy. He likes the Debussy, everybody. Yeah, that's right. Shock and awe. Remember, this stream's not made for kids because I listen to Debussy music. And Claude Debussy, he's French. So I could say, pardon my French. All right, that's enough culture for you guys. I don't know if you guys listen to classic music in the chat, or if you guys do, shout out some of you composers that you guys listen to. I listen to a lot of the classics, of course, but I like Chopin and Debussy the best. I like the dropping notes. There's another guy, I think it's Edward Schultz or something like that. He has a really good one. It's about kind of a sad, like city street kind of thing. It's really cool. So yeah, I'm into all kind of crazy stuff. Anything that can relaxes you. So I'm gonna get a drink of water here, and then we'll get off the safety brief, and then I'll talk about my theme, and then I have something very important to share. This week it's pretty heavy. You guys get to see. It's gonna be shocking. You'll be glad that you dropped in to see it. So, all right. So we're gonna go on with the safety brief once again. I'm Vagon. I was a military sergeant in the regular army. I was a cook. I also jumped out of airplanes. I was assigned to the 1st Special Forces up in Fort Lewis, Washington. I was a great unit and great time. I deployed to Afghanistan 2004 to 2005. I got out of the regular army in 2007. I joined the National Guard. Did some time there as well. So every Thursday in most military bases, you're going to notice that they do like a safety brief on weekends or long weekends. They'll do it on a Thursday or a Friday. And these are just kind of hip pocket trainings to remind little troopers out there to make sure they're doing the right thing and kind of reinforce important things to them. Like, why is that? Why is that, Nick Rack? Why do we have to always, hammer this home in your head, these safety briefs? Well, they gone. And chat. It's because all of us little troopers get in trouble out there. Oh, even you. Yes, you little trooper there, Jai Gary and Ultra Jazz. You better heed these words. These are the safety briefing. You want to do it on Thursday because you don't want to do it on Friday. So that's why. So these, like I said, these are just simple things. Like once again, if you're gonna go swimming, you make sure you're swimming with a buddy. If it's raining outside or anything like that, you make sure you're not standing on trees or anything like that, because lightning storm can hit you. If you hear thunder and lightning, get to the low points, because the high points is where you're going to get hit by lightning, of course. If you're all going out off base or doing anything exciting or just getting out of the house or whatever, and you're going to have a partake of anything, make sure you have a designated driver, or you use one of those cab services or something like that. Be smart out there, because if you do that designated driver's not drinking anything, smoking anything, eating anything, licking anything. They're there to get you to point A to point B, maybe point C, but make sure you come back again. They're going to be there to take those pictures and make funny of you on the way through the trip. So, just be safe out there. As always, be a light for people. If you say something, say something about it. You don't always have to get involved, but make sure you understand people are human beings out there. And acknowledges them as such. If you see someone who doesn't look like it's a good situation for them, say, "Hey, how you doing?" And just make sure everything is okay. If they give you a gruff answer, maybe you should move on. But maybe that little moment might help them out. So I like to be a light for everybody out there. You're important to all of us. Make sure you get your way back here. You're important to somebody, because we're all heroes out there. Might be a hero to somebody, but you just don't know it yet. So because that's how I kind of got to say about that. So that's pretty much the safety briefing. And so if you guys have any problems, questions, concerns, you can always contact me at Dagon at 238 or here on the YouTubes. So that's the safety brief for this week. I'm gonna grab a drink of water, and then maybe Nickerack can tell you what he thinks the theme still is this week. Oh, they're gone. Oh, they're gone. Oh, they're gone. All of his themes. This theme this week is radical acceptance. Just like I have to radically accept those Jedi stealing my speeder bikers. Oh, so sad. Oh, well, yeah, Nitrack, you do go on about them Jedi stealing your speeder biker in the Battle of Endor. That's when it happened. Yeah, that's when it happened. They knocked me off and zoomed away. I was like, what? That was a brand new speeder biker. I just got it painted. I know you just got painted too. Yeah, it's sad. Yeah, well, maybe, but you have to radically accept it's gone. What do you mean? I have to radically accept it never happened? No, it never happened. Yeah, you have to accept things, that you've done things, and things happen to you, and you achieve things, and sometimes may not achieve things, and sometimes things just don't work out. You have to radically accept those things. What's that? I have to just say, hey, it's okay, I got my speeder biker stolen, and Vader's gonna take my head off. Oh, no, there, Nick Rack. Vader's not around anymore, remember? Because good old Luke came by and beat him up, and they got blown up in the Death Star. Oh, or the Death Star where all my buddies were. Yeah, where all your buddies were, but it happens that, those Jedi and those Skywalkers always ruining everything. Yeah, they always do. Like my dad always said, fear will keep fear will keep the other systems on the line. Oh, Nick Rack. Haha, that's silly. Yeah, you have to accept that fear doesn't work all the time. So, like I said, kind of the theme in this month for me is still radical acceptance. A radical acceptance, once again, is the idea where you have to understand things happen, and you have to radically accept that they happen for the good or for the bad. That it's just the way it is, you know. And then either you get up back from it, or you just lay down there, and that's what you have to. But you have to accept those situations. You can't relive things, you know. We're gonna have things happen in our life that we can't control, and that's just the way life is, and for the good or the bad, and you know, and we have to be able to move on from that. So that's kind of where the radical acceptance in the military. Like I said, I've said this kind of several times. You have to radically accept that you're placed in positions and things that you're going to have to do and experience that no one that you wouldn't want and wish on anybody having to nobody. And not that, you know, what you went through is worse than anybody else went through. We all have these kind of tragedy things, but we have to understand that you just got to move past them, and you know, you're going to be okay for it. And you know, it makes you, in a little way, it makes you who you are and what you've done, so you have a better understanding from other people. If we just kind of get that reach of understanding and we're accept everybody's got their own things. So that's kind of that. It's like, you know, once again, to kind of lighten it up, it'd be like radically accepting if it was raining outside, you know, as a kid, and you're, oh man, it's raining outside, I can't go play outside or whatever. You either radically accept that it's raining and you go put on the gear that you need to put on, like your parents are telling you to, or you just go out there, you know, you're not going to be out there very long because it's going to rain on you, or you radically accept, hey, maybe it's too windy and raining out there, maybe I should just play inside, or it's too hot outside, I should play inside today, make my own forts or something, do something, really radically accept and move on. That's kind of how it kind of situation. Yeah, life can be hard. Oh, Jazz, it is. It can be hard for a lot of people. So that's why I always tell people, it's like, you bring light to people. You know, you don't have to bring the sadness about things and be suspicious of them and bring that kind of stuff. You bring light and kindness to people, and if they don't kind of return that or they don't eat susceptible to it, then you leave it alone and you kind of move on, or you try to help as much but as you can. But you know, you just try to be. That's what I say. Yeah, you'd be playing you'd be playing your guitar. That's cool. I can't. Yeah, I always value people who are able to play musical instruments and have those skills. You know, we all have our different skills of what we've done and who we are and stuff. And it always kind of amazes me that folks that the folks that have the ability, even if you just kind of pluck a couple songs or something like that, or you just pluck in some notes, it's really cool. You know, it's just like, I don't know, like I do a lot of writing, and you do too. I've seen some of your writing's pretty good with your pictures and stuff you do, and you just have a lot of it's just letting yourself out there and just going. People are gonna say what they're gonna say, but as I know, as long as you know you're trying to put as much as you can into it and improve them, and you radically accept that you're proven and you're at where you're at, and but you can get better, and you know, all that kind of stuff. That's what you're going for, you know. It's the same thing with friendship. It's the same thing with anything in life. You should. I know I always say this, but I always tell people, you just try to improve. And I know there's always going to be a point where you can't improve anymore. Like you couldn't try. Like yeah, I know. Like sometimes I just can't march very well. I'm a Speedmaker trooper, for Pete's sake. I'm not supposed to march anywhere. That's true. You're not supposed to march anywhere, but sometimes it happens. But no, but you know, Stan, it just, I don't know. And then you get over it, and then that's cool. But the thing about knowing people too is, I don't know. This kind of bleeds into real life. Knowing people too is you see like the skill in people and stuff, and you're like, wow, that person can do this, even if it's something like simple. I know it's just that kind of sounds simple, but oh man, that guy can make his bed real well, or that guy does this really well, or you know, or whatever. Even if it is a common skill, that's not so. Maybe it's not so common. You know, I don't know. I'm crazy, but like I said, that kind of bleeds that in toy realms. There's a lot of good Kickstarters going on right now. Of course, there's the Operation Recall with G.I. Joe. 3D Joe's is going on with Carson. That one's taken off pretty good. I know some guys on Twitter have, I think, have some entries in or actually made the entries for the guys too. And that's really exciting that we're getting to see that. There's some other ones too, but I'm not very good at remembering stuff. That's all right. And then of course I know the Comic Con, San Diego Comic Con's going on, so I'm pretty sure like shows like What's on Joe Mind will have great reviews, and of course some other guys will have some great reviews too. I know Action Force podcast will have some great reviews, and then of course What's on Joe Mind will too. Oh, hey, Hooded Cobra Commander in the house. Thank you for showing up, my friend. Once again, Hooded Cobra Commander, if you missed it, my kind of show does a safety brief, and then I talk about kind of a theme of my show was radical acceptance, and then I bleed that in military life and normal life, and now I'm just kind of talking to the chat a little bit. I'm going into the sharing phase here. I'm sharing a real. Okay, here it is, baby. Well, here's the release. I'm sharing a real T10 parachute, like just like the kind I used to jump out of airplanes with. And I'm really excited to share it. And I got and as you can see here, my trusty pal Nick Rack is in his dress Cobra Blues because speeder biker troops can always find new jobs. So you can always use biker trooper. So so anyhow, and with my friend just playing Ken is here. Thank you for showing up, my friend. And how you doing? Well, let's see. Once you buy things and you change it up a little bit, and you're not using a licensed thing, what are they going to do about it? I mean, I'm not making any money off this. So, what's Hasbro going to do about me putting a speeder biker trooper head on a Cobra Commander? And be like, look, it's my friend Nick Rat who's and his Cobra dress blues. I mean, is Hasbro really going to come after me? I think not, sir. Yeah, the Valverse and stuff looks really cool. I wish I would have picked up on that, but I'm confused on how to order that. I'm not sure. They're really cool people though. But like, once again, hats off to Hooded Cobra Commander for putting on this for 6 years. He's put on this Cobra Convergence where he's roped in a lot of big hitters from the G.I. Joe universe and other folks, and keep giving small channels and little small crazy people like me a chance to be out there. That's what it's all about. It's all about little communities of us getting out there. Even if you just share stuff and you're retweeting stuff or whatever it is, as long as you're getting involved and talking. We talk about these plastic junk. I mean, it's plastic junk. I know it is, but it's just memories. It's connection. You know, it really is. So, like I said, I'm sharing a T10 parachute today. So bear with me as I fix the camera. Thanks to everybody for showing up. Like I said, I'm still actually pretty much only. Oh, my show's only supposed to start 2 minutes ago. So if you missed the getting part of the show, the first 10 minutes of it, it's a safety brief plus the topic of the week, and then going from there. Now we're the sharing part. Like it's Cobra Convergence. I do have some crazy kind of figures I am going to share after the T10 parachute, but the T10 parachute, I'm sorry, is the main thing. I'm sorry, I'm airborne, baby. It's what it's all about. Yeah. So I'm gonna get a drink of water. We'll get set this. I'm putting this baby on. So you guys get out your cameras, get out your recording devices. You want to see a silly old man putting on a T10 parachute that he used to jump out of when he was like 25, 26 years old. Oh yeah. It's on. So, actually, I was younger than that because I joined in 03, and that means I was 23 when I joined. So I was jumping when I was 23 years old up to 24 to 27 years old. Yeah, I missed it. Oh my god, I missed jumping. You guys don't even understand. If you guys are thrill seekers out there, or anything, I mean, it's adrenaline. It's just such adrenaline rush to jump out of airplane. I mean, I know I go on about it, but you guys I got paid extra $150 to like jump out of an airplane once every 3 months, and it was crazy. I loved it. I loved it. You're old, but we're old, but not we aren't that old. Well, I'm an old man, dude. I'm see the grays. I have to shave this so I look like I'm 12 again. I see the age in Hooded Cobra Commander too. We've been brown for a long time. I remember when Hooded Cobra Commander was under like I'm not no disparaging, sir, but when you were like under 500 and stuff, and you're like, hey, what's the? I'm asking for topics of the week just to get some just because when you were had so low of the viewer, it's awesome. I love seeing that though. I love seeing little not little people, but like people just growing into their own. They become their own person. It's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen a lot of G.I. Gary stuff. It's beautiful stuff. He's so fun to listen to, and how he goes on about it. There's other creators out there. Oh my god, that's the problem is there's so many good people doing so many good things. I can't keep up with it. Oh Christ, I can't keep up with like just like Ken does shows too, and it's funny. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. I mean, I can name drop all day long. The G.I. Joe Bird Boys, they've been doing good stuff. Full action review, getting that kind of. I don't know. Yeah, I know he's not really in Britain anymore, but you can kind of get that kind of foreign view on it. I mean, a British view on it, and then it's just like, oh my gosh, and the Fun School Ronnie. I'm sorry, but getting Fun School's Ronnie view of India and stuff, and oh my gosh, it's crazy. Yeah, I know. No, I mean, I'm like, I don't, I apologize if I don't like tweet out your stuff as much anymore, but like, I can only watch so much, and like I love not to be mean, but I love watching little channels grow and get big. I mean, because it gets to this to the point like you can't no like no this is no disrespect, but like during live shows, I can't. The chat is too fast for me because I try to read everybody and I try to make funny remarks, and it's just too much. I love it though, but I'm glad you have that skill. But your regular shows it's top notch. I mean, it's you can tell you put production value to them, and that's awesome. I don't obviously, of course, but I just talk. So anyhow, but I'm gonna drink water here, and then we're gonna go to it. We're putting a T10 parachute on. I'm missing only thing I'm missing from it is a reserve parachute. But you can get those on the aftermarket. I got this on the aftermarket too, but these are exactly like the yeah. Is it too fast for you too? Yeah, I get it. But these are exactly like the parachutes I jump with. I'll put it in the thing as I'm getting a drink of water setting up. You guys are gonna be. I mean, I'm sorry, but when I go on, this is why I won't buy new GI Joe from Hasbro, buy anything until I get a paratrooper. This is why. I know it's crazy, but this is like the blood and passion of my military career. Well, I mean, I did other things too that were, well, I don't like I have to accept those things happened and all that, but they were bad. But there's you got to remember the good times. There's life out there and what you did. You got to remember like there's things that led to it that were good for you. You know. So anyway, let me get a drink of water and we'll get this set up. Yeah, like I said, if you miss my show on a weekly basis, it's always safety brief theme, sharing stuff, talking to the chat, whoever shows up and all that, and just kind of it's like obviously I don't share like parachutes all the time because I only got the one, but I got some other cool stuff. I collect a lot of history stuff too, so I try to get a lot of local stuff from my area, like save my local area's history is kind of neat too. We had a military base called Camp Adair just up the road, and then I got some stuff from them too. Yeah, well, it's not they don't care, Ultra Jazz. It's just there's so many people. I mean, God bless chat people streamers for doing as best job as they can. I get it. To me, anything over 50, it's too much. And like, not as if I was a streamer, but I mean, thank God that he's able to pull it off because he does good shows. Hooded Cobra Commander does good shows. What's on Joe Mind does criminally that they have a lower review rate, but they do great shows and they interact as much as they can. And then you have to pick and choose what you interact with because it's too much. Your mind is like, oh no, 5 bazillion people are talking, I can't handle it. I mean, anything over is this like if you had a party and you were talking to 50 people, how can you talk to all 50 people at one time? I mean, I guess that's what I would put. I guess I'll slow down here. See, I can't even do it. I'm on live. I can't. I'm too stressed. I talk too fast. No, but like I would have to put it on slow. I would have to put it on I would limit people to one thing every 2 or 4 questions. Oh, hey, Cobra Lang, my great friend Cobra Lang is here. Hooded Cobra, I think he's on Cobra Convergence too. He does a lot of great stop motion stuff. He's done some review stuff. I believe he's from up north in Canadian land, and so he has a Canadian kind of profession and stuff like that. It's great. Thanks for coming along. I still got prizes and stuff I got from you, and we switched, and then I got prizes to him too because it's all about the community. Once again, what I know I'm blaying on it because people are showing up. I'm sharing a T10 parachute tonight as my thing. But anyway, sorry, my dog's barking. I'm gonna close the door real quick. It's just no, look, this old man is being bad, closing his door in the middle of the stream. But yeah, so Cobra Lang does a great stuff, and like it's love. I love, like I'm doing my Jabrois. If you guys have heard about this, is Jabroi. I'm going to do it every year. I did it last year too. But all you have to do is you find something that you want to make that's GI Joe, and you share it, and then you find someone else's that made something GI Joe, and you share theirs with their permission, of course, and then you share it with some hashtags, and you email me a picture that you shared it, and then you're entered to win, and then you win some prizes. I mean, I love the idea of people sharing from inside. Like not us, but people, That's why I backed. That's why I was super on board and back in Project Recall because Carson. I would have gave that guy $30 for Plastic Army guys. I know I said this last stream, but I mean that guy does so much for the community and stuff, and the heart is there. Oh my gosh, the heart is there. It's so big in there. That's what I'm saying. I love the community of everything, But anyhow, but let's say I'm gonna drink water here, and then we'll get to the T10 parachute. You guys are pretty excited about this. So I'm gonna put this thing on. This thing weighs a good 30 pounds because it has a whole parachute inside of it. Obviously, I'm not jumping off any buildings or like that, but I wouldn't with this, but it's gonna be fun anyhow. So, all right, here we go. So, have some conversation in the chat if you guys have any questions, problems, concerns about anything I'm demonstrating this afternoon. Understand this is coming from an old paratrooper who is never a jump master, mind you. Jump master, you have to do so many types of jumps and go through jump master school, and then you get certified to check the equipment before guys jump. But I know enough because I think I can have user expertise in it. So. Ooh, as the anticipation grows, as you see this big old man put a parachute on. This is usually easier done with a buddy because you can bend over with it rather than trying to kind of sling it around like I'm doing. Let me see this other side real quick. I actually had a good friend of mine come home. He visited me from Boston today. He lives in Boston now, but he's from my area. And I saw him today. I actually had him put it on and everything so I can remember how to put it on. It's funny. There we go. Loosen it. I'm gonna loosen it first. Yeah, I know this is the boring part of the chat. This is the boring part of the video as this old man tries to remember how to put it on. I have to loosen everything. So I tightened everything up on him like it was for real. So you got the feeling of how tight I always had mine. So I always had mine tight because I felt it made me feel more secure when I was jumping. It's kind of a false sense of security because either it's going to open up or it's not. So if that makes any sense. Probably doesn't, because why would you jump out of a perfectly good airplane, as they say? Well, you know what? It's not how you jump. It's not the umbrella itself. It's how you land. If the way you land, if you land with feet and knees together, you'll be all right, actually, because it's only a story. I mean, heck, when at jump school, I'll tell you about it after I show the parachute. But at jump school, you jumped off higher things than that just to learn how to fall. So during ground week, so. I'll loosen this too. Anyhow, so here's the parachute itself. As you can see, you see that it has a static line on it because this is a static line chute rather than a free fall chute like your halo jumpers. That's why it's funny because to me I always complain about it about there's a difference and all that. Anyhow, so there's the chute itself. It constructs around, and you make a saddle on it. It's about 30 pounds, so it's not that it's heavy. If I had all the rest of the gear and stuff. All right. Put it on the chair here. There we go. So as in the back, you see what this is right here with the clip. This is what's called a static line. So what a static line does, it opens the parachute up. So as you can see, normally, if I had all the right, like this is very old, so a lot of the rubber bands have worn off, but it's tight around here, real super tight. And then the static line comes out after all your gear is checked. You make what's called a bite in it, like so, like that. And they hand that to you, and you can clip that to the front of you where the reserve is. So when you're jumping out of airplanes, so after you put it on, you're in the bird, and they'll start yelling out. They'll go, 1 minute, and you're all sitting down there, and here's 1 minute, and then you got 1 minute, and then when 30 seconds goes by, and they yell out 30 seconds, right? That, and they're okay. Now you're getting ready to get out. This is on your back. You got all your stuff on and everything. And then they go outboard personnel stand up. Outboard personnel means people on the outside of the plane. They'll stand up, and then they'll go inboard personnel stand up. Those are people on the inboard side of the inside of the plane. They'll stand up because there's two sets of jump seats. There's if you're only going out one door, so that's how you do that. And the how people stand, all of us will stand up in our gear, and they'll go hook up, and you take your static line here and you hook it to the wire like this. Click, and then they yell out, then they yell out check static line, and then you check your static line. They yell out check, then they'll say sound off for checking equipment check. And then they'll say static line, and then everybody checks their static line, make sure it's all straight and all ready to go onto the wire. And then they'll say then they yell out check equipment, and then you check your equipment, make sure everything's nice and tight on you. And this is still in your hand, mind you. Let's be in this hand if I'm going this way. This is still in your hand, and you're checking with your other hand. Sorry. And you're checking with your other hand, you're checking yourself, and then they go sound off for equipment check, and then they check your last bit, and they go, oh, and then when you're okay, you hit the next guy's ass. You go okay, and everyone goes okay, and then the last guy goes to the jump master. That's the guy who's in charge of the jump, and he goes, oh okay, jump master. That lets the jump master know that everybody's ready to go, and then he slaps your hand, and then they put you to the door. Once you're out the door, the first guy out the door, you have your thing like this, and then jump master's already taking your thing, so you're already ready to go. He already has your wire, and you're standing here in an L position. I'll move my parachute over. You're standing in an L position like this because you're getting your chin is down and your head is down, so that way nothing hits you when you're going out the bird. You're about 1,200 feet up, or 1,200 to 700 feet up in the air, and all you hear is the engine of the plane engines. And then the green light goes from red to green, and the jump master hits you and goes go, and then you jump out the door and go, and then you stay in that position like this, and you start counting 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, and then once 4,000 hits, you'll feel this jolt on your back because the static line that's put to your parachute will explode what's called a tray pack or parachute pack, and this whole outer area inside of here, what this is hooked to is a pack that's around the parachute, just kind of on the front of it to pack it down, and it'll pack it out. And what it does is, once it comes out, the parachute comes out in a long string all along like this, and it starts opening up. And once you hit that boom, the jolt of the parachute opening up, you start looking up and you go check canopy, and you're looking at canopy and looking for any rips, tears, or if it's cigarette rolling, which means is the shoe got tangled up and it's coming down straight like a cigarette. That's when you would pull your reserve. But anyway, you check that, make sure that's okay. Then you check your static lines. Those are the lines that are hooked to your harness here. These 550 cord, if you can see it. See this 550 cord here? These are your static lines. These go from all the way from the parachute edges all the way down here to your risers. Well, they call it risers. Then they come down these risers part, and this is you're strapped in. And so then after that, it opens up. You just kind of float on down. You make sure that no one's below you, because if you get above somebody, you're going to steal their air, and it's going to make you drop. They're going to steal your air, and you're going to drop real quick. So you make sure the lower jumper that's jumping, you always have the right. They have the right of way, and you just kind of float on down. And once you're about to the tree line level, of how high it is horizontally, you just do your feet and knees together like this. Like once again, head down like this, and then your feet and knees together, and then you hit the ground. When you hit the ground, you kind of roll over. So when you roll over, your next point of contact. So your first point of contact is your feet. Second is your thigh area, is your ankle and thigh area. Third is your actual thigh, and the fourth is your buttocks. And then you roll over like that, and then you hit the ground, and that's a very easy jump. So once again, this is a T10 parachute. This would be exactly like the parachutes that I would jump it with back in 2003 to 2007. And then pretty much it. If you guys have any questions about a parachute, you can always DM me at they gone at 238 or here on YouTube. You can talk to me here. So that's a parachute. I didn't know how much you guys wanted to learn about airborne school today, but I can go on about that. But I'm already at the 35-minute mark, so that's a little bit longer for my show. But some other things to share, so I'm going to drink water real quick and maybe get caught up on some chat. Everybody, it's hot. Yeah, it's hot here too. I should have turned the fan on, but it didn't. So, well, it's hot in Japan. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. You live in Japan, don't you? Just playing Ken. It's hot there. Yeah. Wow. I hope they're all right. They have the same kind of weather we do in Japan as the Northwest does, is my understanding. Oh, you don't think you can jump? You guys wouldn't jump out of airplane? Extra $150 a month? It's fun. It's just an adrenaline rush. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Jazz would. Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. But just playing Ken, you wouldn't jump. You neither, Cobra Lang. I would jump. I mean, it'd be fun. I mean, it was adrenaline rush. I mean, obviously there's other things we did too. There's adrenaline rush too. I can talk about Army stuff all day long, but it was crazy. So some kind of weird Cobra stuff I'm sharing this week. I've had this figure for a very long time. This is the 2007, I believe. It was more of a modern figure, but it's a Cobra Paratrooper. I should be checking out the thing, but I'm not going to. But this was a great figure to pick up. Once again, this would be a halo jumper due to all the oxygen he needs and whatnot. And his parachute doesn't have a static line. He would be more along the lines of Ripcord, who would be a halo jumper and would have to pull the parachute out when he would actually want to open it up. They fall at a lot higher level than static line jumpers like I did, so it's a whole different level. But once again, these are always kind of to me they're rare kind of figures because you don't really see a lot of the Cobra Air Force. And the Cobra Air Force symbol is a great symbol. It's the Cobra symbol with the little bat wings on it. Oh, it's great. Coded Cobra Commander has a shirt like this. And I always wonder where he picked it up. This is a great shirt. You would jump at least once, yeah. So to become airborne qualified, I'll go into it a little bit. You have to go through after you get through your AIT, which is after your basic training, which is 8 weeks. If you're not a combat guy, it's 8 weeks, and then you go to your MOS school, which is can vary what kind of job that is, and then you can pick up schools after that. I picked up airborne school as a cook because cooks can go to any kind of unit anywhere, so they need cooks to have different kind of skills. So, and that's why it was really easy for me to get an airborne slot as a cook. And so I was, I could have probably got airborne school. I could have probably, if I was stayed in, I probably could have make me go to air assault school. I know cooks had combat lifesaver badges, and cooks can do a lot of stuff because every unit needs them. And so they offer school. I knew cooks who were Pathfinders. Once again, Pathfinder isn't an MOS; it's a badge. It's something you achieve, kind of like in Boy Scouts when I got my, lighting wood on fire badge, starting fire without matches badge, and that kind of stuff. Yeah. So I mean, but it's a school. It's professional. It's hard. It's not easy. But I mean, I think from my understanding of reading over all the military schools, when it comes to the extra schools, when it comes to the kind of soldier you are, airborne soldier or air assault soldier or something like that, airborne school is probably the easiest one because you have 1 week, a ground week, where you're just kind of running around, making sure you're strong. Once you get there, the first day you get there at like 5 o'clock in the morning, you do a PT test. That's doing push-ups, sit-ups, a 2-mile run, and then they make you do some pull-ups. You have to do at least 15 or 20 pull-ups. And then you have to do a mile, the 2-mile run at your age group at 80%, a 2-mile run for 18-year-old, or I always did my 18-year-old. At my age was still like 2 miles in like what was like 18 minutes. That's 9-minute miles. That's not. I mean, that's the bare minimum at 60. So if you're looking for 80, 90% that you had to be at to pass it, you had to do 2 miles in about 14 minutes. I would come in at 12 and 13. I was a great runner. So that's how. But then we had to do push-ups too. Push-ups, you had to do 50. I always did like 100 push-ups in 2 minutes. The push-ups are easy. And then sit-ups, I struggled with sit-ups. You had to do like 70 sit-ups to be 8%, and I was able to do like 75 barely doing that because I hated sit-ups. Even though I passed it at 90%, but it was just they sucked for me. And then you had to do the pull-ups. The reason why you do the pull-ups, You have to do 15 pull-ups because when you pull down your risers, that's how you collapse your chute to land to go a certain direction. So if I'm pulling right, it's gonna collapse that parachute, and then I'm gonna go that direction. If I pull left down on the so grab it up here, pulling all my weight me down on it, like just like a hot air kind of balloon kind of thing, I'm gonna go that direction. So they wanted you to be able to do those pull-ups. And but it was the running was real slow though. I mean, they say you run everywhere, but it's a real slow run. It's more about just to build your knees up. Oh, that sucks. You sucked at running. I loved running because running you just went. It was like Forrest Gump for me out there. I loved it. I mean, just non-thinking, just going. Woo, I'm running. All I'm worried about is my running. Nothing else mattered. I loved it. But that was airborne. So then after the first week you did that, this ground where you were learning how to fall off of things. So you were on these platforms and you would fall off them. Hey, and thanks Cujo for showing up. Thanks for showing up once again. This is the Thursday night safety briefing. And if you missed the beginning, I do little safety briefing, my sergeant safety briefing, and then I do a little theme. And so I just showed off a TTM parachute. If you got to check that out, I put the son of a gun on and showed you. I was gonna put it on all the way, but I couldn't get it, so I got lazy. But I did put it on my friends, so I still know how. And yeah, it's easier to put on other people. Anyway, but like I was saying, I was describing some airborne school stuff here. So after the ground week, you're learning how to fall off things. That's when you do the feet, knees together, hit the ground. Then you kind of roll over. So you're hitting the ground, you're hitting your feet, obviously, then your ankle area, then your upper thigh, and your buttocks is the fourth. And once you hit there, you're kind of flopping yourself over. So that way you learn how to fall. It was so funny because I would screw up every single time I would do something for the first time. I would just mess it up all to get out. I mean, I was just ate up the first time I did it. But then I got, because I was always one of the first ones in line, and then I got out of line, and they, oh, you messed up, number 2, whatever, blah blah blah. And I get back in line, I'm watching everybody. I'm like, oh, that's how you do it. And the next time I did it perfectly every single time. It was they always go, oh, you can't get right. But then I got right. It was funny. I loved it. And then after that first week, and the second week is tower week. So we're learning how to jump out of towers. You're hooked to lines, like you're going out the bird, and they're looking for body position, nice, that L shape I was talking about, your chin in like this, and when you're jumping out, that's tower week. One, you start off at a 34-foot tower, and then they have like a 90-foot tower or higher that you jump, 180-foot tower you jump off of. They actually simulate you're on the parachute, and then they drop you from there, and you have to land up with that just from the tower. It's really cool. They can't do it a lot because it's windy. Because if it's really windy, it can throw you up against the tower and you'll be hurt a lot and get stuck. But if it's not so windy, you can go on that. It's really cool. Our class that went through, we got to go through that, and it was a blast because they put you on the parachute and they just bring you up just like a Ferris wheel ride, and then you go all the way to the top, and then the parachute, and then they let go of the parachute, and then you just drift on down. It was really cool. So that's tower week, and after tower week, then it's jump week, and then that jump week you have to do 5 jumps out of the airplane. You have to do one with one during the day with just we call it Hollywood jump, and that's one. And then one at nighttime with no gear, and then another one, and then one with gear in the daytime, and then and then another one with gear in the daytime, and the last one was a nighttime jump with gear. Where the gear, you have the parachute course, the reserve course, and then you have a big pound rucksack that had to weigh at least 80 or 100 pounds, and then you had a weapons case on the other side. It was really cool. And we were jumping at nighttime. And I remember when we jumped at nighttime, they take you out in this airfield that's between Georgia and Alabama, I believe. And I'm a city person. I've always kind of lived in the city. Not big cities, but where you have all that light pollution. But they didn't have any out there. And just seeing the stars, I mean, I almost forgot to undo my gear because I was so amazed looking at these stars. Because you see the Milky Way and stuff, it's black at night, but all you're seeing is stars down the middle of these country area, and it was awe-inspiring. It was like I don't do drugs or nothing like that or anything like that, but it was like wow, because I was jumping in the middle of the night. I almost forgot to drop my gear at the eye level, because you drop your gear at the tree level, that lets your rucksack fall on its own line, and then when you land, you're not falling all that way. Oh, thanks for showing up. So Sean Solo 8. These are one of my new Star Wars friends. He does a lot of Star Wars stuff, reviews and things. A lot of the bigger figures, the Black Series figures, and a lot of little figures too. He's a great guy. Oh, Sonny's here too. Thanks for showing up, man. He's a great guy too. A lot of people are showing up to the show, and I'm like I said, I'm kind of in the middle of sharing part. I was sharing the first Cobra Paratroop. This would be a Halo jumper. This is from the Monner. I still call these the Monner line, even though they call them retro. the new ones, but I still think these are the modern line, like from 2007 ish. I love these figures. You can pick up these figures pretty cheap. I picked up this one a long time ago for less than $20. I don't know how much it's going for now. Obviously, it's really dusty, but I love them. It's my kind of Cobra weird. Another one I got. This is another from an kind of a forgotten line. Is the Rise of Cobra line? They also you can tell that they kind of redid the mold again with the figure, but they kind of changed the colors a little bit. You know, it's missing some paint apps, of course. As you can see, I'll kind of stand up here. You can see that it's missing some paint apps on it. There we go. You know, and some of the colors are reversed, but it's kind of a cool figure. As the Rise of Cobra is kind of one of those kind of forgotten lines. If you like more of the modern Joes or modern GI Joes and Cobras, I would jump on these lines because you can pick them up pretty cheap. I mean, some people are the original lines. That's cool. I get it, but yeah. So yeah, they are. Well, that's why they're like retro modern to me, and that's how I see it. I think they're just they're the modern line part two. Like they're the reprints of the modern line that I didn't get because I was in Afghanistan and still in the army at the time, so there was no targets where I was or anything like that, so I wasn't picking up any of those figures. I know those new O rings are going to be great, but I'm sorry if they're going to price them out like Super 7 has priced out the market. I ain't picking up any of them. I'm sorry, it's just too much. I'm a cheap shopper, you know. I have bills, and I get it. I'm proud for anybody who gets them and collects them. I think that's great. You know, all power to you. You know, peace. But if they're going to expand these lines, they're going to have to get them for kids. Everything has to be below $5. You know, hey, my great friend Salacious Rum's on here. He's another Star Wars guy. He does video game plays and stuff like that too. He's a great guy. He hosts people on there too. He's a great in the Star Wars community. Thanks for showing up, Ron. You know, power to the Lizard Monkey Army there. But yeah, they got Well, it's just what it is, man. You know, I buy things on bargain. I buy things on deals. You know, one of the things I got, which I'm really proud of, this is my deal of the week. Because I'm all about deal shopping. I just have to. You know, yeah, stuff is going on with my life, but with the world, you know, world area everybody is, it's you have to. So I picked up this week. This just yesterday or a couple days ago. This is a Captain America worn 1/4 size scale shield. It was originally 39. It was originally 39.96, right? And then they marked it down to some price, and they marked it down again to $19. And they finally marked it down to $9.50, and they had like 50 of these at the time. And then they finally when it got down to $9.50, this was the last one left. I got it, and I've been waiting like 3 or 4 months for the price to drop. And I was like, oh yeah, prices drop, whoop whoop. And it was like I was so excited because it was funny too because I wasn't really going to go to Walmart that day, but I was returning a shirt that I bought that was for $10 that was too small. I'm looking. I like these kind of cowboy button-up shirts lately, and the shirt was too small, and so I had to return it for $10. And so I saw this on the shelf, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry." Well, I told my wife, "Hey, look, I saved us 50 cents. I returned the shirt and got this for $9.50. It was 50 cents less than the shirt." So yeah, that's funny. Yeah, it was dry cleaned on. That's funny. Thanks, Ken. I always grabbed me. Ken's a great folks. Don't ever take Ken too serious. He's a great guy. He has great reviews and stuff. Everybody, you should really. He's a great guy. Actually, you know what? Most of the people I follow on YouTube or on Twitter or whatever, you know, they're all great people. And I feel so bad sometimes that I can't tweet out everybody's stuff, or I don't notice everybody's stuff, or sometimes you just don't feel like saying nothing. But everybody does such great work out there. It's so beautiful. That's the thing about the community is any community you get it with, that you'd be Star Wars, G.I. Joe, or just talking like I do, it's to me, that's the beauty of it, is the people just sharing what they got and having fun with it. You know, that's life, you know. The best llama on the llama in the world. Thanks, Rum. Yeah, but that's kind of that. That's kind of sharing. I do. So that's kind of the sharing this week. I've gone. This is the longest show I've done in a long time. So I'll just kind of catch up with the chat. If you guys have any problems, questions, concerns, but I'm probably going to end it. I got to get cooking dinner here. It's almost 5. Like I said, I start this. I usually do this about 4 o'clock to about 4:30 every Thursday. I do once again the kind of, if you missed the beginning of the show, I do a little safety brief. After the safety briefing, I do a little theme of the show, share some stuff, interact with chat on the way, and then of course my trusty friend Nick Rack. Yeah, they're gone. You didn't share me very much this week, did you? I didn't. I'm sorry. Yeah, I got all dressed up. see my speeder biker blues? Yeah. I joined Cobra because their dental is a little bit better than the Empire. That's true. Yeah, but with you losing that speeder biker, you might be in the doghouse with Empire. Oh, that's true. Maybe I can borrow some money from my dad. Woo! Anyway, that's Nick Wreck there. So once again, just like if anybody has problem, question, concerns, I'll leave it up for a couple more minutes here. But I 50 minutes is a long time. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's East Coast? Yeah, I know you East Coast, but the West Coast is the best coast, baby. Like I said, it's only about 5 o'clock here. That's the thing about there isn't. I know McDowell is a West Coast person. I know of course Cujo is a West Coast person. I'm trying to think of West Coast people. I know Hey Vern, he's another great Star Wars guy. He's a West Coast guy. Give a shout out to West Coast people. It just seems like after like 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock during the day or the weekend, the West Coast, it just dies out here. Yeah, I know it's almost 8 there. I know because I know it's 7 when I start there. I really appreciate you guys coming on though. Diane Davis, is she on the West Coast? Does she stream? I've seen her in other chats and stuff. I didn't know she had her own show. Does she? I know, and then I know, yeah. If she does, I like to see it. She's a great person. I laugh at her stuff in comments all the time. She's a great person. Oh, you're in Utah, Sean. Oh yeah. Oh, my friend Joe Motion 82. He's been a very good confidant of mine for many years. He's in Arizona too. Yeah, you should look him up. Sean Solo, he's a great guy. Joe Motion 82. But yeah, once again, everybody watch Sean Solo is great. I think is collecting Star Wars Steve-O, is he West Coast? I don't know. Yeah, Byron. Yeah, I'm talking about Byron is. Yeah, he's in Arizona. I know that. Yeah, Joe Motion 82. That's right. But he's a great guy. I've been friends with him a long time. Yeah, I've actually talked to him on the phone before. He's such a great guy. I met him through watching Hooded Cobra Commander. I met a lot of guys watching other people's channels and talking to them and stuff. I met Cobra Lang watching Joe Berg with Cujo and all them, and Paul and Steve, and then of course Hooded Cobra Commander hooked me up with What's on Joe Mind when they were doing the raising money for the what disaster was it? It was some disaster where there was like a hurricane or something like that, and we were raising money for it. They were raising money for it, and it was really cool. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, thanks for stopping by us on show. You're a great guy. Once again, everybody, he does a great Star Wars stuff. You like Star Wars review. I kind of branch out. No offense to GI Joe guys, but I like to dabble in Star Wars stuff too. I know all them through Hey Vern and Salacious Rum. Good people. It's like to me, it's not even what you're sharing, what you're talking about. It's you can tell you're a good person just by, I don't know, how you interact with folks and how you're just willing to talk. That's what I do this for. Like once again, I've gotten gifts and stuff like from Gary, and then he just sent me stuff, or then sent some other guys. I don't want you guys ever send me nothing. Don't send me nothing. I feel guilty. I'll get you back, but I just don't ever send me nothing. That's not why I do this. I'm never make money on this. That's not what this is for. For me, it's more mental. It's like I said, the beginning part of the show it helps me. Hopefully, you get something out too. So that's that. I'm gonna shut it off for tonight. Yeah. Okay, well, they might have practice, they may not for swimming practice, but I gotta get dinner on. But like I said, I thank everybody for showing up. As I always say, I say stay safe out there, and if you can't, keep careful because we can't always be safe out there. Never know what we'll see you on that timeline. Come back to us. You're important. If you ever have a rough time out there, or you're doing anything bad, or you're having a hard time, reach out. I'm always open. I'm not no professional by no means, but I'll put you in the right direction. You got family members out there to care for you, and if you don't even think you got nobody, but there might be somebody someday that might need you, and we all need you. We've all gone through it. We've all gone through the suck together. We'll all have different traumas and stuff. They're just different colors and just how we get up from them. Like I always say, the fall is only 4 seconds. And then you feel that pop and your parachute opens up. And if it doesn't open up, you got reserve right there, and you're gonna make it. We're all gonna make it. So like once again, stay safe. If you can't, keep careful, and we'll come back. All right, and like once again, thanks for Corvo Commanders, Cobra Convergence, the 6-1, and check out those shows on. Go to hoodedcobra.com. 788.com. Hook up that schedule. Look at that schedule. Check some people out. Say hi. That's how you meet people. You just get the community going. And once again, thanks for everybody showing up. And let's go. Let's rock it. We still got a week left. Let's rock the rest of the week, the rest of the month. Cobra Convergence, and where it leads us. All right. Peace out, everybody. Once again, stay safe. You can't keep careful, and we'll see you on the timeline. All right, out.